Hey guys, welcome to a local modding tutorial. In this series, I'll be showing you how to make local mods for ETS2 that will work in TruckersMP. So in this guide here, I'll just be showing you how to install Blender with the necessary tools just to get everything set up initially. So if you head into the description of this video, if you head over to my website, we'll head over to the modding guides, creating local mods. We have written guides here for everything we'll be going over in the series, but also this will contain all the links that we need to get all the software. So we'll head over to installing Blender. At the time of making this video, I will be using Blender 3.6. It may change if you're watching this in the future, but all the links here will be updated. As it does mention here, we will not be using the Steam version of Blender. This is because it can unexpectedly update, which it has done previously. So if we just head on to download Blender here, while that downloads, if we head over to installing add-ons, over here we need to download two add-ons. So that's the SCS Blender tools and the Converter Pix wrapper. So we'll just hit on download SCS Blender tools, and the same thing for the Converter Pix wrapper. As mentioned here, the tools are version specific, but if you're following along from this guide, you shouldn't have any problems. So now, if we want to head over to our downloads folder, we're just going to click on Blender and get that installed. Now that I have this installed, if you just want to open up Blender, I like to leave the settings as default. Next, in the top right here, I'm just going to delete everything in the hierarchy, just so I have a plain background. Next, if we head up to the top left here, click the Edit button, go down to Preferences. In this window, head over to Add-ons. Now in the top right, hit the Install button. Head over to your Downloads folder. Going to install the SCS Blender tools. Just going to click on it here, just to enable it. Then back to install. Do the same for the Converter Pix wrapper. Click on this one as well. Once both of these are enabled, come down to the hamburger menu and click Save Preferences. Now I can close out of this menu here. Next thing we're going to set up is the conversion tools. So we head back to the website, go to the next section here, so set defaults and conversion tools, and we're just going to download the conversion tools from here. So next thing is going to go back to my download folder, going to open up the conversion tools, and I'm just going to move this to the side for now. We want to make a location for where we want to save all our Blender files. This can be anywhere on your PC. I'm just going to go to one of my extra drives here, create a Blender folder, an ETS2 folder, and a conversion tools folder. The folder names do not particularly matter in this case. So with the conversion tools, just going to extract that into the folder. Now if we head back into Blender, on this menu here to the right, if we click the output properties, scroll all the way down, we're just going to make some changes. In the SCS export, I like to change this to selection. Now in the SCS conversion helper, we're just going to set the conversion tools path here. If we click the button, and now head over to the location that you made for the conversion tools. Now with this set, we can go up to File, go to the Default section, and click onto Save Startup File. That will save all our settings for future, so we don't have to redo any of this. Next, if we go back up the file, go to import, the bottom two options here are how we can import SCS files. I'm mostly going to be ignoring the PIM option and only using the SCS option down here. So if we click onto this, one thing we need to do is set the SCS project base path. So how I like to do it, if we go back into our File Explorer, in the same place as my conversion tools, I'm going to make a junk folder and a mod folder. And we're just going to leave these folders empty. Now if we go back into Blender here, we just need to set that base path. So if we go into the junk folder, copy the location, just going to paste that into the base path. It is best to keep this folder empty if you're starting a new project, just so you don't have any problems. And obviously it is called junk, as we'll be importing things that we don't necessarily want the ClogUpAll project folder with. Now that that is set, we want to head over to our game files. If you don't know where this is, go onto Steam, find Eurotruck, just right click on it, go to Manage, browse local files, and this will open up the location of your game files. This is different from your Documents folder. So if you copy this location, go back into Blender, head over to the location. Once here, I like to make a bookmark. Just this means we can get back to this folder at any time. Next, I'm going to click on to the base SCS. Going to add this to the archive. Going to do the same for base vehicle. Add it to the archive. And base share. Most of the base game files will be located in all these archives which we just added. This may change in the future, so make sure to check out the comment section and obviously the website, which will tell you if anything does change. For quickness, I'm also going to make a preset up here. So since we have all these in the archive, if we click the plus icon, I'm just going to call this base. Hit OK. This means in future I can come up to here, click on the base, and it will add all these files into my archive. Essentially the archive is just a way to reference the files that are in there which may be used in other mods. With all this set, I'm just going to double click onto a file I want to open. For now, I'm just going to use the base vehicle. In here, we can see a list of a lot of files that are in the game. So we head over to vehicle, truck. In here, we can see most of the vehicles in the game. Obviously, all of them are not here, since they may be in a different archive. So for now, Scania 2016 is usually the most popular. So if I open up this, head into interior, and I'm just going to click onto the model.pmg and open that up here. As we can see here, if I move around Blender, we can see it has loaded up the interior. But obviously it's quite hard to see exactly what's going on. So if we come up to the top right, we have the shading options. If we click onto the material preview mode, this option here, generally you will have to give it a few seconds or minutes to load up, but it has loaded up all the textures. These red boxes are essentially the collision files here. To get rid of these while we're looking at everything, we can click this arrow here in the top right, click onto SCS tools. If we click onto the first one, this will make it so we can only see the models only. However, obviously this will hide all the locators, which I'll be talking about in a future episode. That's all I'm going to be going over in this video here. It's just to get you familiar with the basics of importing your files there and having everything set up for future guides. I will put the playlist for the series in the description there, so make sure to keep an eye out for the next video, which we'll be going over importing some custom models and getting it all set up to work in TruckersMP. With all that being said, thanks for watching.